Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy, and in today's video we're using up some of the stuff that I needed to get used up, which is that frozen chicken broth that I had in that plastic container in my upright freezer, some noodles in the cabinet upstairs here. I'm going to make homemade chicken noodle soup, and I'm going to bring you along with me. Okay, so I am going to be roasting up these 3 chicken thighs. They're bone in. I just put some of my garlic and herb seasoning on it that I had in the cabinet that kind of needs to be used up. I'm going to roast these in the oven, and then I am going to take the meat off and use it for some homemade chicken soup. Okay, so I chopped up real small some onion, some carrots, some celery that I had in the refrigerator. I'm heating up a little bit of oil. I'm going to saute all of this before I get it into the broth and the chicken to let that simmer for a little while. Okay, so I've got some turkey stock from downstairs too. This is that chicken stock that chicken broth that I had in the upright freezer that I said I had planned for just using for chicken noodle soup. It was left over from my canning of the chicken broth that I made. Here is the celery, onion, and carrots that I sauteed up a little bit in oil. I believe I'm going to need more stock, so I'm going to run downstairs and get some more of that. All right, I grabbed 2 more. They're from 1223. That's not going to be quite enough stock for the chicken noodle soup, and I am just going to use the turkey stock because it is the oldest down there. And then I'm just going to put some of this chicken flavoring in it as well to kind of boost up the flavor. So I'm going to give it a taste. It is really good, but I think I'm going to put in probably 2 teaspoons of this chicken flavoring. And I still have an ice chunk here. So now I'm going to pull the skin off, whatever fat's off, get the meat off. I'm going to separate this from the bones. Okay, so you did see me put the chicken in there. That was 3 chicken thighs, bone in. And you've seen me take the meat apart. That's going to go down into the upright freezer next to that rotisserie chicken bones that I have for future stock. And once this comes to a boil, I'm going to put about half of these noodles in there. And we'll have some homemade chicken noodle soup that we can work on eating up for the next couple of days. Okay, so it's come to a boil. I'm going to start out with about half. I got more than half in there. There's a little bit left in there. All right. And then we'll cook that until the noodles are done. I decided that wasn't enough to save, So we're gonna have some majorly noodly chicken, homemade chicken soup. It just wasn't enough to save in that little bag, so I finished adding the rest of it. Okay, the chicken noodle soup is done. I'm gonna shut it off. It's extremely noodly. It's a good thing we like noodles. Very steamy too, very hot. So I'm gonna let this cool off completely, put it in the refrigerator, and we'll probably eat it later on for supper and throughout the next couple days. Here's the end result of the chicken noodle soup. I had put it into the refrigerator, so it's got kind of gelatinous in there because it's used real chicken broth. And it was really good, and we'll be eating off of this for a couple days. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want you folks to make it a really great day.